Hey guys, welcome to the Binge Zone. On today's video, we're going to be looking at the Netflix original series Dark. With season 2 right around the corner, there's quite a few theories I want to discuss with you guys on the potential of what season 2 and season 3 could be about. Before we dive too deep into the theories, let's look at the new poster for season 2 where it says everything is connected. Now, this is very important because if we look at season 1, that poster said not where but when, and that was referring to the kids who went missing in Winden. It's not where they went, it's when they went, and that goes to show us that the entirety of the first season dealt with the displacement of these kids throughout time. So that tagline had great significance to the overall story of season 1. So in this season, the tagline of everything's connected could have great significance in the entirety of season 2, as well as the fact that in the poster as well as the trailer, you see that a young Ulrich has a jacket that says no future, which is a great foreshadowing to his character. But let's focus on the tagline of everyone's connected. Who is everyone, or what is everything that's connected? And we know in this series our main character is Jonas and our main antagonist is Noah. How are Noah and Jonas connected? Well, first to understand that, let's go back to the very beginning, back to 1953 when Agnes and her son Trant Nielsen moved to Winden. When they first moved to Winden, Agnes revealed that Trant's father was a priest who did not believe in God. Well, that very much links it to Noah, as Noah is a priest. However, we see all the tattoos on his back and all the messages he's doing. Does he truly believe in the same God that a regular priest would believe in, or does he believe in something else entirely? Because we see in the trailer that he's actually trying to start the apocalypse, and a priest of God wouldn't be actively trying to start the apocalypse. So it's safe to say that Trant's father is potentially Noah. Now, for this to get even more connected, we see that later on in life, Trant ends up marrying Jana Nielsen, and together they have 2 kids, Ulrich and Mads. Mads goes missing in 1986, and that's because Noah kidnaps him. But Ulrich himself ends up marrying Katarina, and they have 3 kids, Magnus, Martha, and Mikhail. Now, what makes Mikhail even more interesting is Mikhail ends up going back to 1986, marrying Hannah Karlwald, and then having Jonas Karlwald. Now, this means that Noah is the great-grandfather of Jonas, thus connecting the 2 characters. Now, that's one aspect of the connectivity of the second season. What's even more interesting is the theory that Bartosz could actually be Noah, and what could that mean for his relationship with Jonas? Because we know in season 1, Jonas and Bartosz as children, before this whole time travel debacle started, were the best of friends. So they shared a connection. But now we see in the future that Noah is actively trying to start the apocalypse and manipulating time, while Jonas himself is trying to stop this. But it gets even more interesting, because in 1986, we come to find out that Trant Nielsen was having an affair with Claudia Tiedemann. And in that time period, we never find out about Claudia Tiedemann's husband. However, we do come to find out that Claudia had a daughter named Regina. In this theory, it is believed that Trant Nielsen and Claudia Tiedemann had this daughter. That would make Regina Tiedemann the half-sister of Ulrich. And Regina Tiedemann ends up marrying Alexander Tiedemann later in life, and they have their son Bartosz. What makes this really interesting is that if Bartosz is Noah, that would make Bartosz his own great-grandfather, and then connecting him to Jonas even further, they would be cousins, because Ulrich and Katarina would be half-siblings. Therefore, Jonas's grand-aunt would be Regina Tiedemann, and Bartosz's grand-uncle would be Ulrich, making them family on 2 ends. The fact that Bartosz is his own great-grandfather, making him Jonas's great-grandfather, is an interconnectedness that makes this series very intriguing, because we know that the entirety of the time loop itself is something that is meant to be broken, and the fact that these characters travel between time and start relationships with family members who aren't really family members, but they are, such as the relationship between Jonas and Martha, who by the definition of what they know, they aren't related, but because Mikhail went back in time, Jonas ends up having a crush on his aunt and makes out with his aunt because of the weirdness of time travel. And because of all that, we see that Noah, for some reason, is trying to bring forth this apocalypse that we end up seeing that takes place in 2052, which Jonas travels to at the end of season 1. But the interesting thing is, while we have this spectrum of Bartosz, aka Noah, trying to instigate this apocalypse, on this side we see Claudia Tiedemann, who ends up going missing after 1986 when she finds out about time travel, is actively trying to stop him. And in the first season, she pays her grandson Bartosz a visit, and that is very poignant because after that visit, Bartosz goes and seeks out Noah and tells Noah that everything he predicted actually came through. So now he's following Noah in a sense. So in this sense, we see that Noah is manipulating his younger self to follow in his footsteps in order for Bartosz to become Noah. And this is not just a thing that happens with Noah, because we see the older Jonas manipulate the younger Jonas to follow in his footsteps as well, because both of these characters are best friends, cousins, as well as each other's ancestors, and therefore connected every way in every time period. And they're both fighting on two different sides of the time thing. Jonas, on one hand, is trying to stop the time loop and stop this madness from continuing, because all of this, what I just said, it might be super confusing, but it's happening. At the same time, Bartosz Noah is trying to bring on the apocalypse that we see in 2052, despite Jonas and despite Claudia doing their best efforts to stop them. Now, another theory goes to the fact that Ulrich might be the key to everything, because Ulrich is the one constant between them, because Trond Nielsen is the father of Ulrich, therefore making Ulrich the grandfather to Jonas as well as the granduncle to Bartosz. But it's because Trond Nielsen had his affair with Claudia, which connects these two characters, and the fact that Noah is Ulrich's grandfather. And in the poster, and as well as the trailer, you see young Ulrich from 1986 has a jacket that says there is no more future. And that's what Bartosz / Noah is trying to accomplish by bringing on the apocalypse, destroying time and having no future. But it could also mean that he himself has no future, because if you guys remember, in 2019, he ends up going back in time to 1953 and he ends up getting arrested. And that's where we are with him now. His future is in the past. So technically, Ulrich has no future. And technically, if his grandfather succeeds, if Noah succeeds, there will be no future. So that is foreshadowing as to what's to come. And the overall connectivity of this family themselves, as well as various other families in Winden who are actually connected and who might be connected. Heck, the entire town of Winden could all be related. Therefore, everything is connected, like the tagline for season 2 says. But we'll have to find out what happens in season 2. Anyway, guys, I'd love to hear your feedback on this video. What do you think is going to happen in season 2? What do you think about the overall story? And just let me know in the comment section below. Do you buy credence that Noah is the father of Trond and therefore Bartosz, thus connecting the whole family tree to Noah and Bartosz, therefore making Jonas and Bartosz rivals, not only for Hannah's affection, but also for the fate of all time? Let me know in the comment section below. And if you liked the video, definitely give it a thumbs up. Hit the subscribe button if you guys have not already. And until next time, binge on.